Hello and welcome, PocketWatch here, and it's about time for another episode of Sekien no Inganock. Last time we met Kia character, so let's see how it will go. Also, this episode will have different thumbnail, let me know if you like it. I think it's better because last one was kinda stretched and light. I don't think that red color really suits this game. So yeah, just that. I will probably change this miniature also for the other episodes before. So
ユビ
yeah.
は助けてくれてありがとう。あたしキーヤ。あなたは？
Yep.
お名前は何というの？キーというの？愛称なの？
Oh my god, really?
お医者様なの？だって薬瓶がたくさんあるから。それでキー、あなたのお年はいくつ？
Yeah, actually, how old are you? The taciturn impression he had of her must have been due to the way they met. The girl who called herself Kia talked a lot. She would ask for his name, his line of work and his age. She smiled while whispering that the room was lovely, and then asked again if his wounds were alright. My wounds are fine, then nothing to worry about for now. He kept saying that, as she just wouldn't believe him. She appeared to not know about the phenomenon equation. He thought it's quite unusual, though he would heard that at last one part of some tier doubted the equation's existence. Oh. That's interesting. They live in the same city, but they don't believe in the equation. Huh. This is really interesting stuff. By listening to Kia, he figured out that Ati had carried both of them way back. She's strong, then. Like, holy shit. Well, that's the mutations for you, I guess. For some reason, Ati wasn't there. Maybe she wasn't good with kids.
奥さんは出かけたわ。まだどこかに用事があるんですって。
I think you're making a lot of assumptions here, Kia.
ビズがあったかな。
And he is not denying it.
いや、彼女は奥さんではない。
Okay. Never mind.
そうなの？そうなの？
あ、そうだ。
Was there a need to ask that twice in a row? He shrugged his shoulders.
そうなの。
Don't tell me that she fell for him and she wanted to be his wife then. What the fuck?
いたかな。少し失礼するよ。
His torn muscle fibers and broken bones stung. He put his right hand against his side. Activate cranial organs. Begin substation healing via cracking. As he correctly rewrote the scattered numbers one by one, his broken ribs slotted back into place. He didn't need his right eye to tell. This is pretty convenient power you have there, Key. It have it like downsides, I would say, because he have to be aware of that, what he's doing, and he have to calculate the stuff, as I guess that we see here. So yeah, this is pretty OP power, but kinda limited as well. That's a good balance, I think, especially if it can be used in fight as well. We know it like from the last episode, but it could be used as a fighting like technique. I wonder how it would work. Probably he would like punch someone and rewrite the condition of bones or something that they cracked and stuff. This is pretty terrifying when I think about it now. Like, he just touched you and you die, basically. All that was smashed was healed anew, and all that was broken was replaced. Even so, it hurt quite a bit. Light leaked out of his palm. It sparkled like a blue jasper. The cracking light had no reflection in the mirror, and penetrated the body with a shallow coldness. Only a few seconds, it was sickeningly easy to heal external wounds like this. This blue light had defeated and discouraged many surgical doctors. And a pair of eyes were gazing with great interest at that spectacle.
何それ綺麗な光それに傷大丈夫
So, do I need to touch a patient? I don't think so. In the first episode we saw like, I thought like this is just artistic style. That he had his hand like in the air. But it looks like he don't have to touch the target. So in a fighting situation it's even more OP. He just wave his hand next to you.
これがクラッキングだよ。傷はもうほら治っていると思う。
He poked him in the side several times. No pain, just a slight numbness.
クラッキングそれをかざすと怪我が治ってしまうの不思議ね綺麗にパチパチ輝く
I guess she's one of those higher tiers that don't know or don't believe in the existence of equation.
手品さ。面白いものでもない。そう珍しくもない。
He erased the endoscopic light that his right eye had created and clapped his hands together. Thus ended Guy's streak. Pia had been staring intently at it, and now raised her head, as if just remembering something. She spun around, looking at things in the room, then nodded.
そうだ食事を用意したのお礼に少しお掃除もしたけれどまだしていないところがたくさん
And Ati left you alone with him.
キーヤはお掃除続けるからギーはご飯を食べてしまって
Well, she's just a kid, so yeah.
いや、俺は結構だよ。助けたのは僕ではなくて、あの女性だよ。
奥さんにはお弁当を渡しておいたのギーにはまだだもの
He told you that she's not his wife, right?
お礼はいいから家に帰りなさい。あと、奥さんではないから。
Yep, confirmation once again.
ギー助けてくれたって奥さんあの人が来てくれるようにそう計算していたでしょ
Well, kinda. It was like luck as well. She saw through that. This child.
いいから帰りなさい。家事の手はもう足りているから。
I feel like Kia have some internal mutation as well. If she can figure out stuff like that. I feel like she has some mutation.
本当に
本当に。
いや帰りたくない
Oh, so she escaped. Okay. She said that and pouted. Guy was surprised. A child who didn't want to go home was effectively an orphan. Even Parul, Lupo and Polum. Kids like them weren't rare. In general, such kids hated their father's parents, their foster parents, and educational facilities. At least, all the ones Guy knew did. Not once over the last 10 years had he heard of registered foster parents or facility that didn't treat orphans as mere mouths to feed. Not even once.
この子が。
何ギー
No, this girl was no orphan. Her clothes were in too good a condition. Just by looking at her, one could tell that she was probably daughter of some citizen in the 6th class or higher. From one of the few families with blessing to
妙
count.
だな。家出のわけもあるまいし。
And yet, she was unlike any orphan he would ever met. The education program received by 6th class girls were basically a re-imprinting of the city plan and the upper tier's superiority. There was no way she would autonomously move to another tier. Such conduct was illegal. It was prohibited by the city law, at the core of her imprinting. A case of failed imprinting? No, the chances of it weren't zero, but Even for a joke, it's not that good. There had to be another possibility. Another possibility. For example, the possibility that she was kidnapped by a slave trader? Even by mistake, no. 6 class citizens would be put in those lineups. If she was, she would be very expensive. That might be true, because in the last episode we heard that this ogre bought her, right? If I remember correctly. Plus, she was too much of that ogre to deal with. It was a matter of conduct and temperament.
キア、そのカバンの中身見せてもらえるかな。
いいわ。でも下着はダメ。恥ずかしいから。
Psst.
桃色の袋だから開かないでね。絶対に開かないでね。
But okay. Was she showing displeasure? No, that wasn't it. Kia showed him the suitcase with a surprising directness. Blah, sorry. She removed the combination lock and opened it right under the engine lamp. It looked like a traveling suitcase. Such absent-minded thoughts threw Gi into chaos. I can see her suitcase, but what is this? Wait, is this? Tightly packed, very tightly packed. So she did escape. And maybe she was then cast by the slave traders. He thought it looked like traveling case, but he couldn't infer anything at all from that. Girl clothes of diverse colors were packed together tightly. Yes, it really was a traveling suitcase. He doped his own eyes. Girls' clothing, probably all in Kia's size. They were all crammed in there. Countless articles of clothing. Tightly packed. A traveling case. For a person to go on a journey somewhere. For someone heading to a far away place. The last time he'd seen such a multi-purpose item was... yeah, back then. It must have been years ago. He nearly drowned in sentimentality, but he managed to stop himself. As it wasn't about that, this many clothes, packed together so tightly.
いや、待て。混乱しているぞ、キ。なんだ、この服の量は。仕立ても悪くない。いくらするんだ、これは。これ
A
は
lot. Gil looked up at the girl peering down at him. I will have to make sure my voice is calm, to prevent his own confusion from being conveyed. However, the voice that rolled out of his lips came with a number of faults.
これはすごいね。こんなに服がある。キア、どこへ行くつもりだったんだい？
ここ。
Wait, what? You just decided that now, right? That it wasn't your, like, primary objective before. Or was it? Now I wonder. Maybe she heard about him before? Maybe she needed his help somehow? I don't know.
なんでもないの。持っていたもの全部持ってるだけだから。
Okay. This isn't nothing. What about Joke? She wanted to come here? With so many clothes? Packed into her suitcase so tightly? This kind of wardrobe certainly wouldn't come cheap. Even if they were mass-produced by an engine factory, they would be luxury items, even for the 8th class citizen. The clothes in her suitcase, they were in such a good condition. Just like what Kia was wearing right then. They ought to have cost her a lot. If there were only one or two, he wouldn't be surprised. It was because there were so many packed together so tightly. There was even a maid outfit inside. Wait, what? Okay. So maybe she's like the highest tier citizen? Like highest, like, I don't know, some kind of president, prince, princess, I don't know. Was the hierarchy here? Like, who's that in the charge of this town? Yeah, that's a good question actually. Who's the charge in this town? This wasn't something a girl would walk around with. This was a small fortune.
なら質問を変えよう。君の家はどこにあるのかな？どの層？ちなみにここは仮想第28区域7層目の。
Okay.
ご飯冷めちゃう。
She's avoiding the question. That's interesting. She said that and paused it again. Be heavy aside. Such a huge traveling case, why? Filled with expensive clothes, why? Her polite answers imply a good upbringing, why? Why doesn't she want to go home? Why?
早く食べて。冷めちゃうし片付かないし、熱いうちの方が美味しいのだし。
You're ignoring the question, Kia. That's suspicious. He just didn't know. Who or what was this girl? Neither do I, Guy. Neither do I. The rain poured down. It poured directly into some tiers and was conveyed through the supports in the others. Countless raindrops covered the whole of Inganock. In the lowest tier, they fell down in waterfalls. Wow, this is... I don't know if it's terrible construction, or maybe not. But it seems like the city is so big that it can like have a rain only on the some part of it. And then this rain just going down and down to other districts. It's kind of... it's probably flooding the lower districts. I don't know about that design. It feels not safe. Between the grey clouds and the infinite mist enveloping the city, and the rain that began to fall often took a while to stop. It was almost guaranteed to still be raining tomorrow. Rainwater contaminated by smog poured down across his vision. He liked the rain. It was useful for talking his mind off the illusionary clown. He had gone out in the rain, taking Kia with him. He pulled the collar up on his reconstructed cloak and covered the girl's face with his sleeve. None of the clothes the girl brought with her hair had a hood. If only she had a Sekien umbrella, he thought. The umbrella had been invented in a place called London, in the foreign land of Sekien. It hadn't penetrated into the eastern continent yet, but it had reached the central northern empire. And that was a long time ago. It was all over 10 years ago. Ever since Inganock became isolated, no form of exchange or trade had taken place with any other continent.
どこへ行くの？
Okay, we have full sprite now. Let's see. This is like... wait, is it like... okay, I guess... no, wait. That's right, yeah. Interesting design on the suitcase. She have like hat with a long veil. This is like... that's a really interesting design. Also this... I don't know, how do you call these? It's like a boots, but it's actually like long like a ties actually. How do you call these? I don't know. This is really like steampunk design. Especially the shoes. Yeah, I like her design. I will call you the God Lolly. Kia asked inside his cloak. She didn't seem any different from before. He was going to see Fixter Stanisław. He could become a formal request, but Guy wouldn't mind. He observed the girl close in detail. What she was wearing wasn't first rate, but it was still very well made. So maybe she's not from the highest tier. Yes, she called those her going out clothes. Okay, yeah, that makes kinda sense. So she might be the highest tier, if these are just going out clothes. There were huge pieces of evidence for finding a lead on her home. He needed to locate her guardian. He didn't care whenever it was third class citizen, a second class, a sewing engine or dressing engine. Return her home. Yes, to where this girl belongs. If left alone, she was bound to be kidnapped, of course. If that happened, Guy would become the culprit. He wanted to avoid squabbles with the police organization, city management, as much as possible. He walked through the rain, quick-net. His walk, yeah. He pulled the girl along as she tried to gaze at a snail crawling up of the roadside trees. They were headed for infinitely crowded street. Oh, music changed. For a moment, his eyes wandered off towards a back alley. Should he use the shortcut or not? He hesitated, then entered the alley. A roundabout and narrow path. The building sheltered them from the most of the rain. Several people had come into the alley before them. Were they sleeping in the rain? Or taking the same detour? One of the lighthouses waved to him. He knew who it was before he could even ask. Salem. I've run into her again?
これで3日連続運命的な出会いかしら。お互いいくらか濡れてしまってるけど。その子。
Do you know her? Before Guy could open his mouth to explain, Salem gave the expression of deep surprise. Along with that feeling, there was also a slight sense of disappointment. Yeah, she was misunderstanding something. Guy sighed and shook his head, hoping to explain himself.
君の想像は多分外れだ。この子は
キーヤと言います。よろしく。サレムさん？
Wait, give me a second. Yeah, okay, he told her name. I was just like for a second she just know her name somehow. Okay, that makes sense.
よろしく。その子、君。娘？
Okay.
違うよ。迷子でね。これから家を探しに行くところだ。
そうよね。そうよね。今日の冗談はびっくりしたわ。
What the fuck, Salem?
まさか奥方でもいるのかって、そんなわけない。
Really? At what age you can get a wife in this world?
いいえ、サレム。ギー奥さんはいるみたい。
It's not a wife.
いるの？
いないいない。キーヤ、初対面で嘘をつくのは良くない。都市計画プログラムで習わなかった。返事は円滑な人間関係の基礎だ。
He tried saying things he vaguely remembered. For some reason, he felt a bit sorry for Salem. Her expression remained stuck in its surprised state.
はーい。
よろしい。
Kia's changing expression reminded him of those three children. How many parts of their own bodies did those children have to leave behind? Guy shrugged his shoulders, then said some other time, and left in a hurry to fix Sir Stanisław. That was why he didn't notice. What? What he didn't know? Give me answers, game!
出て行け。
Give me answers, what the fuck? Can I like open the... No! Oh, wait! Oh, I thought like I can start the puzzle again. Okay, I did not expect it to get into the puzzle when I clicked that button.
ゆうべは助けてくれてありがとう。あたしキーヤ。
Are you kidding me?
お名
Are
前は
you
ギーというの？愛称なの？
are you kidding me? How do I go then? Do I click that?
後ろを向け、そして歩け。もう来るな。
Okay.
口を開くな。出て行け。
Okay, Stanislav is not happy with us. I'm not going to click these buttons anymore. I wanted to like a huge backlog, you know? Okay. Why is that? Did he realize something that Guy didn't? Those were the first things he said. Guy wiped the rain off the girl's cheeks and hair with handkerchief, and Stanislav began explaining. If the man was more agile, he might have turned Guy around himself. His anger was so forceful in its silence. He couldn't help but imagine him doing such a
よ
thing.
くないな。ああ、よくないぞ、それは。冗談を俺に言うなよ、ドクターギー。迷子の家探しだと。お前は探偵か、それともランナーか。
Yeah, that's pretty off character. I mean, his whole life he was just a doctor and now he's searching for home. It's understandable, but I guess in this world this is kinda weird. For this city to someone just suddenly change the attitude.
己の分をわきまえろ、ドクターよ。お前さんは弱ったやつを直してりゃいいんだ。よりによって今ガキだと。
Yeah,
分相応
pretty
かどう
much.
かは今はいい。この子のことが知りたい。家はどこか、誰なのか。
キーヤって言ったの。
Yeah, but you never told us where the hell is your home.
名前はキーヤ。頼むよ、フィクサー S。これは依頼だ。一応金は払うつもりだ。
Oh,
それでも心配は
he didn't tell his name.
名前はキーヤ。頼むよ、フィクサー S。これは依頼だ。
Fixa S.
一
So
応
he's
金は
just
払う
going
つもり
the...
それでも心配は
So he's not going to tell his full name, just the first letter.
この時節にガキの案件なんざ参るってんだ。
Damn Japanese.
なんだい、キーヤ嬢ちゃん。その膨れ面は。
Hmm.
何ガキじゃない。おいおい。
I never heard before that kind of, you know, end for the name. That would be normal if he just called her like Kia-chan, but Kia-Jo-chan? That's like even real? I need to check this out after the episode. I wonder what the hell is this.
レディーです。
Okay.
ドクター、もう冗談を覚えさせたのか。
冗談なんて言ってないわ。ミスター・スタニスワフ。
Oh shit, she can call his full name. Okay.
ミスター
ええ、ミスター。
作法はある。はっ、いいとこのガキか。ギー、お前の手持ちじゃおおむね依頼不成立だ。
過信。
Oh shit, he's... Oh wow. You don't know how many debts he have. For a moment he hesitated. He would always refuse excessive remuneration for his healing. And that's been boon to his... to this... been a boon to this merchant. Would he use that right here and now? How many years worth would that be? Guy looked at Kia. She would narrowed her eyebrows and she was shaking her head. Don't overdo it, her expression said. Guy made his decision as soon as he read it.
貸しを使う。よろしく頼む。
ギー、キーヤはきっと役に つわ。一切の邪魔をしないと約束するし。
Yeah,
ダメ
I'm
だ
curious.
君が言わない以上こうするのは僕の絶対のルールだ
Yeah, I'm curious about like her.
初対面の人に二度も膨れ面を見せない君は淑女なんだろ
はい。
仲のいいことで本当に初対面か。しかしドクター本気か。
Yeah, that's what we had like in the last episode. Assumptions that they met somewhere. And Guy is just not recognizing her. It seems like Kia knows him.
貸しと金は使い切る主義でね本気だと思う
初めて聞いたぞ。なるほど。そういう主義なら仕方がない。今のはここ1年で最も笑える冗談だった。
Okay. As he said that, Pixar's Stanislaw face twisted, as if unsatisfied. Was it a difficult request? If so, maybe Guy had been too impulsive. He could see Stanislav writing reluctantly in a notebook. Could he expect results from this? Still, he was making such a discontented face. He would know this Turtapod long enough to understand his expressions. Yet this was just... She's making cute voices. She was also making quite the troubled face. He could tell that right away. Yeah.
Hmm. へえ、そうなの。あんな強欲亀じいに依頼なんかしちゃって、むしり取られても私知らないからね。
Welcome back, Ati. Yeah, she also have like that kind of boots like Kia, but these are not boots. It's like... I don't know, is it even connected together? Because these are mechanical, right? Or only the tips are mechanical. Yep.
それでギー、女の子連れたまま仕事してたの？こんな時間になるまでずっとお仕事？あ、待って、言わないで。してたでしょ。疲れた顔の具合がそんな感じ。仕事した後。神経太いって、ほんと無神経。知らない子連れたまま他人の内臓いじりなんてよくできたもんだわ、ドクター。
気
Okay.
にすることか
何？開き直ってるのそれ？
開き直ったりはしないよそうか気にするか
私が患者ならね。
そういうものかな。
そういうものなの。そんなだから待ち合わせも忘れるのさ。もう夜なんだから、せっかく買った懐中時計が持ち腐れ。
I'm not wasting my pocket watch. I'm sorry. I'm using it. Sometimes. But it's wind up. But my microphone will not pick up the noise. Unless I change the settings. Nah. Too much work.
見る日もある
I mean, it might like mess up the recording.
見ない日もある？
そういうこともあるかな
I love his like attitude and face.
もう、なにそれ。
いや君が正しいよ今日は雨だ
He looked past the tobacco smoke floating through the tavern, and out the window he could see a sky unchanged since this morning. A wet sky. The rain continued to pour, soaking through the cloaks of anyone outside. Night never came to rainy Inganock. It was night in terms of time, but that was all. That's interesting. time didn't apply to the sky darkness of the city's lights. That was how it was rainy days. It's been a simple truth for the past 10 days. Okay, so it's basically that bright that you cannot realize if it's nighttime or not, just by looking at the clock. That would be like freaking horrible. Oh my god, my biological clock already, just by thinking of it, is like in a mess. Consequently, there were said to be two suns, the cloudless sun and the rainy sun. The other sun born 10 years ago, the one which is the night on rainy days. Okay, it was just a rumor, no one had ever proven it. The sparkle on the other side of the thick grey clouds couldn't be seen with human eyes anyway.
なぜ夜なのに明るいの？あと、このパンとっても甘くて美味しい。何これ？
I'm starting to have a feeling that she's not from the Inganock. I have a feeling like she's from outside the city. Because it looked like she first time seeing that this is bright at night, and it's actually normal for Inganock. Okay, Kia, you are suspicious now. Kinda. I mean, I want to know your story.
太陽が2つあるって話聞いたことない？雨の日にはね、別のお日様が昇るのさ。あとそれはね、パンじゃなくてナン。遠い遠い西京の小麦粉料理。バターをね、パンに塗るよりずーっと多く練り込むの。ふわふわでパンじゃないみたいでしょ。硬くないもんね。
硬くない。柔らかくて。あ、本当バターの香り。アティは物知りなのね。ねえギー、あなたの奥さんはとっても物知りだわ。遠い国の料理のことも知ってるなんて。
What's your problem with the wife attitude?
奥さん？
She blinked twice. She glanced left, then right, and blinked once more. She pointed to herself with a partially retracted claw. Ati tilted her head.
奥さん？いや、やだ、何この子、奥さんって、やねもう、ね、大人をからかうんじゃないの、よね、ギー。
You definitely want to be the wife. We already established it in the first episode. No, the second episode, sorry.
アティ、
何ギ
この子のことなんだが、何か聞いていないだろうか。尋ね人の依頼の話は聞いていないだろうか。2級か3級の東級市民で家族を探すとか、そういった類のもの。
Oh, you shattered her like hopes. Oh my god. Also, I wonder if Kia mutation might be something related to her age. Maybe she's actually as old as Gi, but you know, the mutation made her like to not grow up. Might be that. So, okay, I will make a quick theory here. I think that before the equation, before the revival, these two met as kids, and then, you know, the stuff happened. Guy starting to losing his memory and he forgot about her, but she still like stay in the same age because of her like mutation. Because as some we have assumptions that everyone have mutations beside the high tiers. Also, it looks like she's from outside the city. Probably. It was weird. Yeah, but I assume that they met when they were like kids and she cannot grow. That's my theory for now.
聞いてないと思うけど。そもそもさ、どうして私と約束した飲みの席にこの女の子がいるのかなって。
Aww.
キーはまるで当然みたいな顔してるし、多分私聞いてないんだけどな。 どうなの？どう思ってんのさ、そのあたり。またギー全然食べてないし飲んでないし、私だけもりもり食べて飲んでるみたいな感じになってるし、割り勘なのに。
She's so jealous.
どうした？
別に何でもないのさ。今夜は遠慮した方が良さそうだって言ったの。それだけ。ギー、遠慮しないと困るでしょ。
遠慮？
そう、遠慮。そこそこ大人な話。
Why was that something adults did? Guy shrugged his shoulders and gazed out the window. The sky hasn't changed since midday. It's still grey. The second sun. The one only rises on rainy days. Yes, that sun held back far too much. Many people found it unpleasant on nights like these, but Guy didn't dislike the rainy sun. It will probably still be pouring down tomorrow. The rain seems to be quite strong this
しばら
time.
くは続くか。助かるな。
That was right. The rain would continue falling for a few days. During that time, he would be able to ignore the illusion of the clown. But even that only applied outdoors, it would be work indoors. In place like this, it was the same as usual. When he was in his apartment, or when he was visiting a patient home, it was no different than usual. Yes, just as usual. Okay. As usual. Do I have to censor this? Let's see. Nothing changed. Nothing should have. And yet, for some reason, tonight seems to be an exception. Certainly, nothing had changed in regards to his vision. Even now, the illusion danced in its edge. The problem was the apartment's lock. It was open. The wooden front door had been left open. Not the same as usual. There's no way I could have forgotten to lock it. Not the same as usual. Is there someone inside? Okay. This is not ominous song, so I don't think anything bad will happen. He looked through the open door, checking the room inside. Was someone in there or not? Robbery wasn't unusual, but there weren't many people on this tier with money. There were far better targets, 2 or 3 tiers higher. And yet, the doors were wide open. He could see clearly into the room. Even though the engine lights were flickering, who in the world?
遠慮しない人がいたの？
そういう冗談は言うものじゃない。
Okay.
少し下がっていなさい。
はい。
そういう顔をしない。廊下の方にいなさい。近づかないで。
Guy moved away from Kia and sharpened his senses. It was possible that someone was still in there, probably some kind of burglar. A simple thief would just take the stuff and run, but there was a few who might lose their head. Could only hope this was the former. He should have brought Ati along. Maybe he should have been carrying that handgun for self-defense like she always told him to. Oh, okay, so he can have a handgun, nice. I mean, yeah.
冗談。
Sure, in place like this, he should be able to defend himself. He could threaten the ogre with that. Probably, unless the handgun is not enough. As we had the resolve to carry anything like a handgun. Yeah. He approached the door. He looked inside without entering. Someone drenched from the rain had left watery footprints. A child? No. A woman? Had Ati returned before him, after they parted at the engine tower? No. That couldn't be. She wouldn't have lied to Guy about that.
誰かそこにいるな。すぐに出てこい。物取りならそのまま出ていけ。
俺は悪くない。
Who are you? What the fuck was that? A woman's voice. The moment he heard and recognized it, a strong impact assaulted Guy's entire body, shaking him to its core. A strong power began moving within his nerves, surging through them. That's not Salem, it's not her voice, right? It wasn't a gun, of course. It wasn't a knife either. An attack type phenomenon equation either. Destructive or focused. His nerves and legs couldn't withstand the shock. He crumpled. Okay. Okay. So that's what phenomenon equation is like capable of. So assumably he can achieve that too, right? Because we was told that he chose to specialize in healing. But that also tells us that he can potentially fight with it. His nerves were dead. His cranial organs wouldn't move. As a result, he couldn't activate his own equation. This is OP as fuck. He couldn't speak, he couldn't scream. He couldn't tell the girl to
君
run.
が悪いんだギ
This voice. It couldn't be. I know her. What the hell is that? The sound of a clock. The sound of a clock. Is it time? Is it time? It continues to call. A second hand moves. It stops, pointing right at the 0 o'clock. What the fuck? It is a pocket watch of white silver. It is pocket watch carried by one man. A golden spiral staircase towering into the darkness. The man standing in front of it is none other than the silver watch's owner. With his master in the corner of his eye, continuing to climb the golden spiral staircase. The man continues to gaze at the watch, motionless. The man continues to gaze at the watch and speaks. Like a chrome build, machine wood doll, a machine want doll, an inorganic voice.
時間だ
What the hell is happening? Is this like his subconsciousness or something? What?
今回はどれほど持つかな。せめて1分。いいや2分。
I'm confused. Guys, I'm confused. Oh, why not? I opened my eyes. For a moment, I was puzzled. My eyes were open, but everything was still black. There was a thick, familiar stench in the air. He heard a metallic scraping sound. He didn't know the place or the time. Where was this? He was sure that his eyes were completely open, but it was completely black. Where in the world was he? If nothing else, he wasn't laying on his bed. He was in the center of darkness, with both knees down on the cold stone floor.
時刻どこだ
He took control of his turbid consciousness. No windows, no brightness breaking through the grey clouds. That other sun wasn't here. Just darkness, a moist sensation, a far too familiar stench. Was it blood? He first learned the odor of rusted iron as a child, but he could clearly tell what it was: blood. The scent permeated the whole space. The metallic sound again, it echoed extremely well. Was he in a closed area? It's already indoors, underground? At the very least, this wasn't his apartment. All he had, there was a small wine cellar. He had no underground room that could echo this well. His consciousness awakened further. His apartment, an intruder, a sudden attack. Yes, he's been attacked with phenomenon equation. Had he been unconscious since then? He was here now. He tried to move his body, And the metallic sound echoed again. Something heavy. His arms couldn't move freely. I'm connected to the wall somehow. Chained? He would manage to grab the big picture. Goddammit. He would been taken away and confined somewhere. An asylum. That voice. He certainly had heard it before. He knew that voice.
進んで寄り添ったんだ、自分から。この道をね、娼婦を選んだのも自分自身だ。
Okay. Yes, this voice. The same as before, a voice he recognized. He knew. He knew it all too well. An extraordinary insanity poured out in excess, taking the form of a voice as it leaked out. That voice. The sound of insanity itself overflowing.
おかしいと思うよな。頭がおかしくなったと思うよな。仕方ないじゃないか。だってそうだもの。とっくの昔に狂ってしまった。
What?
10年前に。そうだろうなあ、
Some...
そうだろう、ギー。
She mutated and got insane? Where was she? Not that far, close by. Someone in this underground room.
どこなんか何度も何度も体を開いて。わかるか？わからないよな。お前にはわからない。わかるわけないんだ。
Or is it Salem? It's not her voice. I think. And you wouldn't be like that scared of this voice if it would be Salem.
気が狂いそうにな
We
る。
met her a lot of
何
times.
度も何度も何度も何度もこらえて、何度も何度も怪我されて、何度も何度も何度も何度も。
The voice was approaching him slowly. These footsteps came towards
こらえ
Gi.
きれずに狂って、また狂ってさ。10年、こっちはずっと休む暇なく。何度も何度もさ、この俺が。
What the hell happening? One step at a time, she approached. She waited as she did. She approached. It is Salem! What? Okay, I'm confused as hell right now. I didn't thought she can like attack with a phenomenon equation. I really thought that wasn't her voice. What the hell? What? But he was scared of of her voice. I don't think he would react like that if it was like her voice actually. Because you know, they met like few times already. Okay, I'm confused. Like, what the fuck? At long last, he was able to see the woman stalking.
この俺が女なんかになったんだ。お笑いだろ？笑えよ。おかしいだろ、ナギ。笑ってくれよ。
Salem. A smell of medicine bottles. The way he looked in a white coat. The high voice laughing at imperial tabloids. Yes, it was him. His high voice. His soft yet shallow laugh. Despite all that had changed over the last 10 years, he recognized those two things. He didn't express those thoughts. Instead, the man opened his mouth. His clear smile soon disappeared. He saw his true expression.
笑えよ。お前も好きなだけ俺のこと笑えばいい。哀れな男だとお前も蔑めよ、ナギ。
What the fuck? A beautiful outfit resembling a butterfly, that face, that expression, and that skin. There was no mistaking it. It was Salem. I can't speak. Just what should I say to him? Who are we playing as? Who I am? What? Should I say to him? To who? Do I speak to Guy? Is that maybe Guy speaking to someone else? What?
でもね、大変だったんだよ、俺も。
Or is it like the theory I had like in the first episode that the narrator of the story is the clown? Maybe it's a clown. Maybe we're trying to talk with Guy as the clown. Okay, that's like what?
女の真似事をして。そうさ、俺はね、子供を産もうって決めたんだ、ギー。
Wait. No way. No way. Is Kia her child? Are we going for that? Really?
こうなったからには女になろうって。潔いだろ、俺。受け入れようとしたんだ、俺。この体、女の体を。
Wait, what? So she's not she? Or she was he before and then she became she? What? I'm confused, but she gave her birth. So it couldn't be a man before. So what the hell is happening? Like what? He traced the skin on... Again, he traced the skin on his own chest with his fingers. It was awkward, as if he was afraid of something. Like a man touching woman's skin for the first time. I'm confused. I'm like, this is the most confusing episode, like this is episode 4, what the fuck? Salem's fingerprints were shaking. He was touching his own skin and yet they were shaking. That shaking came out of his voice, jostling the moistened space of the underground room.
女なんかに、この俺が女になろうと決めた。人生のすべてを諦めたっていうのに。
What? I was thinking like maybe this is like some translation issues, but it doesn't seem like it. I think I will just call this episode like the most confusing one or some confusion or I don't know. Like what the fuck?
なのに、なあ、お笑いだよ。埋めないんだよ、俺じゃ。
But you just said you did! What?
何をしても、何度も体を開いても、どんなに男を貪っても、この体は妊娠してくれないんだよ。
He shrugged his shoulders after speaking. The habit was the same as before. When he wore the white coat 10 years ago. He used to do that a lot. When burying himself for tribal failures. So it's assumption that Salem was he before, but on the other hand, Salem told us that she gave her birth. What? Help me. Comment section, help me. I'm dying here. My brain. What the fuck? This is more confusing than Umineko. A smell of medicine bottles. How he looked in a white coat. His high voice, laughed at Imperial tabloids. Those hadn't changed. Had only his appearance changed? No, that was wrong. It was more than that.
なあ、笑いよギー。気づいた時には俺も笑ったね。だってこの体には月経がないんだ。ないんだよ。この体には子宮が。元からあんなにも蔑んでいた女にされて。けれどその生物的機能すら果たせない。だからなあ、ギー。
His words stopped as he brought his mouth to Guy's ear, and he laughed, he whispered.
これはもう狂うしかないじゃないか。
Insanity. A smell of blood. It was still fresh. The sense of moisture. A windowless room. Metal chains. And something horribly sticky. Could it really be called a lost cause? trying to give a birth to a child?
お前は子供を殺すのか？
Oh shit, that went big. But we got the information before that she gave a child birth. What? Did I like, I don't know. I think I maybe I just didn't read that right. Maybe she didn't mean that she gave birth. I don't know. The smell of blood was the mark of tragedy. He had long been convinced of that. He killed them because he couldn't give birth to them. He killed them because, instead of giving birth to them, a ridiculous compensation, utterly illogical. It should have been, but he would become insane a long time
そう
ago.
だよ。だから子供を殺すんだ。だって殺すしかないだろ。他に俺に何ができるって言うんだよ。
Did she kill Kia?
変なこと言うなよ。
I don't know, I will just call her she, because that's how her appearance is, and her name is Salem. And it's like a girl's name, so... I'm confused, and I still assume that she gave a birth? Unless I actually did the wrong reading there. Chat, I mean... Comment section, guys, please help me. Did I just assume wrong? Did she gave birth or not? Or not? Salem laughed from the bottom of his heart, as if it was fun, with a face and voice insisting that he would just heard a ridiculous joke. It was the same as 10 years ago, but with an insanity completely different from the old one.
お前が子供殺しの犯人か。サレム。
殺す。
Salem.
そう、殺すんだ。殺す。殺すか。いや、違う、待って。待ってくれよ、ギー。違う、殺していない。
What?
俺は殺してないんだ。殺してるけど、殺してない。
You should have seen my face now. What the fuck? I really should record with the camera and then put just some of my reactions inside. What?
殺してない。殺してるけど。俺はただ捧げてるだけなんだよ。
Offering what? Offering the deaths of children to who? To who?
捧げるんだ。
Him? Who is that? A chill ran through Guy's body, like the moment just before contracting a fever. He had a bad feeling about it. Who was it, a human? He would heard nothing more than a male pronoun. So... what was making him shiver so violently? He felt sick, him! Who was that? A horrible pain throbbed against his head. Who was it? Who was Salem talking about? Who did he mean by him? Another horrible headache. This was a stench of blood, no, something else. An unendurable odor, a rotten smell. His consciousness shook, and he felt as if his eyes were about to go wide. The sensation resembled the phenomenon in question. Was someone attacking him? Physically? No. It was strong, psychological. Something was, it wasn't Salem. Right now something was trying to control Guy's carnal nerves.
そうだ。きっとお前も気に入ってくれる。綺麗な目をした人なんだ。きっとお前も仲間になれるよ。なあ、ギー。そうだろう。ウェンディゴ。
Wendigo. I have chills. The fuck are you feeding children to? What? Stuck into the back of its neck was a spring screw. Oh. What? Salem screamed with that delight as it showed itself behind him. A green fantasy. A hulking frame that resembled a horribly wrapped monkey. Its head scrubbed against the stone ceiling. As it advanced, the color of its fur, though tingled with blackened blood, was a disgusting green. One could count at last 28 uneven teeth in its palate. They could easily crush a human skull. It exhalated a rotten breath and smiled. A beast. A genuinely beast. This is no human. This is no fantastic mutant. He knew. His whole body stiffened. It wasn't possible. His body used to terror, shook and became numb. So this is artificially made? Maybe? The sick feeling was none other than terror. This beast called forth the original terrors of the human race. Scary, scary, no, no. He wished the thing before him was nothing more than an illusion. There was no way this thing could still be there. There's no way a creature could be here. And yet here it is, in the flesh. The spring screw in the back of its neck is producing a grinding sound.
死のネジ
Screw of death, you know it?
まさか本物のこれが嘘だ。ありえない。本物のクリッター。
They should be dead. It can't be. This thing should have died 5 years ago. Okay. He knew the name of the beast. 20 ago. One of the 41 creatures that devoured people. One of the 41 great terrors that covered the city. There's no way I wouldn't know. Everyone who lived through the revival 10 years ago knew about them. The creatures. They are terror given powerful form. 10 years ago, this thing devoured 20% of the children in the lower tiers. Oh my fucking god. Then chrome blades and bullets all bounced right off it. It was among the strangest of the strange. Those weren't the eyes of the mutated human. No number of monsters could ever defeat such a brutal beast. Not a single physical law held any meaning. This was supernatural phenomenon. And it killed people, just like a disease.
こいつは死んだ。
Eating away the people, killing them like they were nothing. The kings of fantasies, the creatures. Black terrors and scattered red blood. Its hollow-eyed sockets looked towards him, and then the fantasy smiled. It wasn't a virtual, it was real. The record said it was subjugated. But the street night... By the street night, but it was right here. It rattled his brains, his nerves, toyed with him, like Salem, and told him to come. Come down here, to the depths of the insanity. Do not disobey, but fall into ruin. I won't plant it in you, just slip into insanity. That's already within you. A voice.
美しいだろ。なあ見ろよギー。こいつが全部食らってくれる。俺に地獄をくれた都市を壊してくれる。いいかギー、ギー。子供を全部食らえば都市は消えるんだ。地獄は消える。俺もお前も元に戻るんだよ。
Silent you're delusional. Like... What? We have villain of the story that early?
あの日に帰れるんだ。俺たち全員。全部なかったことになる約束なんだよギー。ウェンディゴは俺とそう契約してくれた。
But you cannot undo anything if you just kill children. What the fuck?
こいつにできないことはない。子供さえ殺せば、子供さえ殺せば、たったそれだけでいいんだから。簡単じゃないか。なあギー、ギー、お前も一緒にやろう。一緒に帰ろう、ギー。
Salem laughed proudly, yet dependently. He didn't even try to hide his insanity. Had he been released by this thing? Was that why his expression was beaming so brightly? It's so weird for me like to call Salem he, what the fuck? But yes, but that was a lie, Salem to Wendigo. He was very drool red ran. There were no emotions other than appetite and bloodlust. The abilities of creature Wendigo. One was the nullification of physical acts. The other were terror, infection, and reformation. Has Salem brain been destroyed by its reformation ability? Might be. His own brain was screaming. He couldn't hold out for much longer. Even his carnal organs administrating the phenomenal equation were in agony. He could not suppress the power working so hard to restore.
受け入れろよギー。お前には用意してあるんだ。
用意だと。
Prepared what? Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. No way. Over there. That girl. She's chained to the wall. Like a knight waiting upon a king, Salem reverently lowered his head before the fantasy, beside the open black curtain in the darkness. It was Kia. Her eyes were closed, and she was slumped down, chained to the wall. Salem hadn't let the girl go. He would capture her and brought her here. That's fucked up. I want to end the episode because it's over 1 hour, but this is thinking like very bad spot to end. God damn it. The girl isn't moving. The third, she couldn't be, is draining all the blood out of my body. She couldn't be dead. Had Salem killed her? When he would lose consciousness amidst the darkness. His fingerprints, numbed with terror, moved. He forced the restrained arms into motion, and a sharp pain shot through his creaking joints. The clank of the reins rang out. So basically, they are making a sacrifice. I feel like, what? They want to brainwash like Guy and make him to kill her. What the fuck? The creature's power was violently twisting his nerves. He screamed, ignoring everything that tried to cloud his awareness with madness. Are you dead or alive? He didn't know. And yet, anyone but her. Are you alive? Please be alive, he begged and screamed. Why he's acting so emotional around her? I mean, yeah, this is like desperate situation, but it feels like he remembers something. You would better be alive. We have to go out of here right
そん
now.
なに心配するなよ。大丈夫。まだちゃんと生きている。お前にもちゃんと見せてやるから。
Show me.
一度目にすれば癖になるんだ。素敵だよ。君もで。わからないって顔だな。じゃあ実演してみせるよ。ねえ、ウェンディゴ。この女の子を送って議員に見せてあげて。俺はね、初めて食わせた時に確信したんだ。
Okay, so it's not sacrifice for Guy. This was just to make him like break spirit of the Guy so he can like change. Convinced? Is that why you killed?
やめろ、サレム。お前は今、正気を失っている。
失ってるから何だってできる。だろ？あの日より前に帰れるなら、俺たちは何をする。
What the fuck? Maybe Salem was actually a guy and there was a mutation? Maybe Salem mutation was that changed like whole body? Might be the case. But I don't know, I'm confused. Is that why you
やめ
kill?
ろ。
都市のもたらしたものなんかに寄り添って何を考えてるんだよ、ナギ。これは俺たちのために仕方のないことだ。
Is that why you kill?
都市はこの因果ノックは俺たちの敵だ。気を許すな、敵と交わるな、こいつらは全員殺せ。お前が言うんだよ、殺せ、食えって。さあやれよギー、俺と一緒に帰れるんだ。
She's crazy. Is that why you talk about killing? Is that why you say those things,
や
Silent?
めろ。やめろ。サレ。やめろ。
Maybe I should call her Salem. Because Salem sounds more like a... could be either guy or girl's name. But Salem is more like only girl's name. Maybe the pronunciation is actually important here. Wow! Nice choice, game. I will save, I guess. I mean, there's no point of saving, because there's no choice. Let's close your eyes. Close my eyes, I guess. I close my eyes. Salem's screams wouldn't stop. He continued wailing something he couldn't make out. Yeah, that's right. He did the same thing 10 years ago. What? Within the darkness, he thought, let's put an end to this. He couldn't endure seeing his old friend drown into madness. He had to stop him. But Guy had no means of doing that. None at all. Just like 10 years ago, he couldn't answer someone's cry for help. So he would answer it now. He waited for Salem, with his eyes closed. Something touched his neck, along with the stench of the breath, something cold. These 10 nightmarish years would end here. This wasn't so bad. He was tired anyway. Konnichiwa, clown? And goodbye? The illusion, which should have been on the edge of his darkness vision, the long-lasting clown, disappeared. What? Wait! How? I thought they had choice there. What? Wait, what the fuck happened? Wait, what? I'm confused. I mean, the only choice before that I had was a puzzle. So... well, during the puzzle description we were told that the thing we will learn from the puzzle will be like... will give us options? I think it was that? In the later like parts of the game. So maybe I did wrong choices during the puzzle? Maybe I didn't heard some story that would help me in the situation? Let me know in the comments, because this is weird. I feel like this is like something to do with puzzle, because puzzle gives us options apparently. So I don't know if I have to like just make the furthest as I can, or I have actually to listen everyone in that situation. I don't know, let me know in the comment. if I just need... I mean, this time I will try to listen to everyone, the puzzle, because that was like the thing that I wanted to go back eventually, and it seems like I will have to. So yeah, next episode we will try and get hold the puzzle, and then we'll go with the story. So yeah, that will be it for today. That was like, holy fuck, shocking episode. Like, I'm still in shock. I'm confused, I'm in shock, and I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching this episode with me. Leave up a like if you liked the video, and if you still have a red button called subscribe, then click it, because that helps. Helps the channel and helps you to see the more videos. So yeah, that will be it. Thank you, and I will see you in the next one. So for now, Pocket Watch is going out.